Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, I just wanted to give a brief introduction as to who I am. My name is Steve, and this channel was created specifically to talk about all kinds of things in life, such as relationships, personal struggles, finances, pretty much anything that's on my mind and that I think can spark a real conversation, I will talk about it. So welcome to the channel. And so if you're into honest reflections and just exploring different parts of life, you're definitely in the right place. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about why you shouldn't stay friends with your ex after your breakup. Now, I know the idea on paper might sound like a good idea, but I can tell you it definitely is not. Whether you are currently going through a breakup, if it's you that left your previous partner or it's your previous partner that left you or which have you, it makes no difference. That pain is real, and ultimately we want to hold on to that person for as long as we can, and ultimately you're not really doing yourself any favors by holding on to that person, okay? The relationship ended for a reason. And you may not see that now because of how fresh the breakup might be for you. And we all heal in different ways, but staying friends with someone that you've had a romantic and intimate relationship with will only delay your healing. Now, I know that there are some people that have been in situations where a breakup has been amicable and the love between two people faded. That's a very completely different situation where two people can actually coexist and be friends with one another and they have zero romantic feelings for one another. That's a topic for another day. I'm talking about someone who still has romantic feelings for their ex and is thinking that, oh, if I stay friends with them, maybe they'll come back, maybe they'll want me back, maybe they'll miss me, they'll date, they'll see that the grass isn't greener on the other side. But why do that to yourself? Why put yourself in such misery? It's torture. And breakups are emotionally heavy. These are not easy things to go through, especially when you spent months, years with a significant other. You're not just going to forget all of the things that you went through, and staying with that person as a friend will either lead to one of two outcomes, okay? One of the individuals that's wanting to be friends one of the individuals will still have feelings and will create scenarios where they get back together, and the other individual who just wants to actually be friends will move on and use you as an emotional crutch until they find that next best thing. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think any of those scenarios sound great. Staying friends can keep wounds it's like if you get a cut and you're constantly picking at it, and it's just going to get infected and it's not going to heal. There's no difference. And instead of moving forward with your life, you stay stuck in this limbo kind of gray state. You're half in, half out. You don't know who to be. You don't know how to act. You're like, are we a thing? Are we not a thing? Does she want me? Does he want me? Are they dating? Is she dating? You're constantly struggling with the mind. And I'm a strong believer that if you are truly meant to be in each other's lives, whether it be romantically or as friends, that will happen on its own through the calling of the universe, okay? But the only way that can happen is through time and distance. And I've seen it through time and time again where people will break up, they'll take some space, and they'll think that, oh, we've been apart for 2 weeks, I'm a different person now. You know, they'll take me back. They'll miss me, and they think, well, that's been enough time. In 2 to 3 weeks, it might feel like it's been an eternity, especially when you're hurting, but I guarantee you that is not nearly enough time to put enough distance and time of healing in between that period of breaking up. It just simply isn't. Distance and time is what allows both people to actually heal and rebuild their lives. And not only that, but staying friends with an ex, it creates a false sense of hope. And where one person kind of often secretly hopes for reconciliation. You know, and I'm talking about this topic because I did it. And I was that person. Secretly hoping for reconciliation. Putting blinders on to what was really happening. Which is why I've made this video. And unfortunately, when one person moves on while you're still thinking, oh my goodness, there could be a chance, and you're living with that day in and day out, only to find out in the end that this person met someone else and now you're tossed to the side, you kind of only got yourself to blame. Because you should know your value as an individual to say, you know what? You don't want me? You don't want me in the way that I want you? Then I have nothing that I can offer you. Knowing your value and standing ground and setting boundaries does not make you a bad person. And that is something that I wish I did. And I didn't. And I'm coming at you today with this knowledge of nearly coming out of a 4-year relationship and having stayed friends with my ex for literally a year and a half, not being able to move on because of it. Only to then find out that she's with someone else, and now it feels like we broke up all over again, which delayed the healing big time. And now I've been single 4 years. We broke up officially in April of 2021, but we stopped the whole friendship thing when I found out she was seeing someone in December of 2022. So, yeah, delayed the healing big time. Absolutely. Not only that, staying friends blurs boundaries and gives mixed signals, making it truly harder to let go of that person. Because you'll still see them as that person that you were in a relationship with for so many years. There's no way you can just say to yourself, oh yeah, they're just a friend now. You can convince yourself as much as you want, but you know you shouldn't be doing it. And not only that, from my own personal experience, I remember even trying at some points, like thinking, okay, well, we're not getting back together. Should I try dating? And I tried dating. It sucked. It sucked so much because every time I was trying to go on a date with someone, what would I do? Compare. I would compare the person that I'm on a date with and then automatically think, I don't want to be here. I want to be with the person that I care the most about. So it blocks future relationships. How do you expect to move on and create something wonderful with someone new when you're clinging on to something of the past? And not only that, new partners usually don't feel comfortable with you still being friends with your ex. Most people, I'm not saying all people. I've met people through dating apps that have told me they're friends with their exes. I personally, my boundary is no thank you. Kind of weird knowing that I was the one kind of doing it before. But I know, most, unless there's like a situation where two people were married and they had kids and now they have joint custody over their children, that's a very different situation where they have to converse with one another for the sake of the children, for setting up plans, and school and birthday parties and whatnot. That's a very, very different situation. And I could understand why cutting cold turkey might not be the easiest thing to do. But for everyone else that doesn't have that entanglement, it's just going to sabotage new opportunities for love because you're still emotionally entangled in the past, okay? It keeps you in the past. Instead of focusing on your growth and your future, you're constantly reminded of what was lost. But then you start beating yourself up as well. I should have been a better partner. I should have done this. I shouldn't have done that. And you keep replaying these scenarios over and over and over in your head. Why was it not me? What did I do wrong? And you're going to beat yourself up. And that's not going to progress your healing at all. And I'm so happy now. And I know that if you're here listening to this, I know that feeling that you have right now, that pit in your stomach, that feeling of you're going to lose the most important thing in the world and you don't know who you are without this person. The weight of the world is just crumbling. The world is crumbling beneath your feet. The anxiety that you feel, I've been there. And this is not meant to be one of those videos where get your ex back type of videos, because that's not my objective at all, because I didn't get mine back. But I'm not here to sell some false hope. And this is not a video about saying how you shouldn't be friends with your ex in order to get your ex back, because that's not how this works either. And I remember listening to those videos and getting so frustrated, thinking that I needed to do this and this and this and this by this time, and in 2-3 weeks they'll realize, and then by the third month. No, I'm telling you, do not do that to yourself. Do not do it to yourself. It sucks. I get it, and I'm glad that I went through it to be where I am today to make this video for all of you. All I can say is that it gets better in time, but you have to get better for yourself. No one is going to come save you, and most importantly, not your ex that you want to stay friends with. And if your ex offers to stay friends with you, respectfully decline and know your value and say, hey, look, listen, we had a great run. I care about you in more ways than you could possibly imagine. If friendship is all you want, I can't offer you that right now. I'm sorry. And if they are not understanding of that, you just walk away. And if it means having to block them for your life, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means that you're taking the necessary steps in order to heal. And there is nothing selfish about that at all. Okay? And most importantly, when you think about a friendship, okay? Friendships require a certain foundation. And I know some will be like, well, relationship, romantic, most people on today's day and age with dating apps, they don't get into relationships based off a foundation of friendship. They go out, they meet, this person's good looking. I like their face. I like their laugh. I like that we like the same things, and let's go from here, and bing bang boom, we're in a relationship. That's not the same. Most of us are going out, we're meeting, we have a criteria, we have a list. Most of us don't do that when we're looking for friends. It just happens organically. A true friendship is built on neutrality and shared respect, not romance, and most definitely not leftover romance at that. Because when you try to force a friendship in any situation in life, chances are the person that you're trying to force a friendship with is not going to like you very much and is going to be annoyed. And yeah, I don't know if you've ever had any situations when you were growing up where someone wanted to be your friend and you were kind of like, no, I just, I don't know if it's ever happened. It's happened to me when I was in elementary school. There was this one person that wanted to be friends with me, but I was like, I had no interest. I just felt like I'm not going to get along with this person. But they kept trying and trying and trying, and it was getting like kind of creepy at one point. You're just like, dude, like, go away. And then now you're kind of really disliking this person. And you don't want to force anything, okay? And you most definitely don't want to force someone to be with you. Not through friendship. And look, this video is meant to help you. And if it may sound rough around the edges, that's because I think, honestly, I needed someone to be that way with me. To call it out as it is. To say it as it is for my own personal sake. Because at the end of the day, you have to be there for yourself. You have to help yourself. You have to propel yourself forward, not only to be a better version of yourself, but to be a better version for the partner that you're going to be for someone. And ultimately, that person is going to be the better partner for you. And you can't have your past lingering in order to get there. I guarantee you. Now, I've been single for 4 years by choice. We'll get into another video, of course. But for now, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to write down reasons as to why you want your ex to be a friend in your life. And I guarantee you, with those reasons, when you read them out loud and you write them down, they're most likely going to be because of an inner struggle that you're currently going through, inner value that you're needing someone to recognize, external validation, rather, that your internal self needs, or you're seeking a romantic validation. Oh, I just like their presence. They make me feel good. They make me feel special. I can't imagine a life without them. Nah. You can most definitely have a life without them, and you're going to create an amazing life without them. I guarantee you. So if this video was helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment down below. I would love to hear your experiences. If you've stayed friends with an ex, if you're currently in a situation where you're staying friends with an ex, how is that going for you? And if it's going well, great. But don't kid yourself. And I'm calling you out. But I'd love to hear from all of you. But until then, till the next time, I wish you all the best. You'll get through this. And know your value. Take care. All the best.